A historic and tragic protest has shaken the Tibetan diaspora and international community. On Thursday evening, 52-year-old Tibetan independent activist Lobsang Palden, widely known as Lobga Rangzen, set himself on fire directly in front of the United Nations headquarters in New York. According to the Tibetan National Congress, Rangzen livestreamed his final moments on Facebook at 5:49 p.m. He was rushed to Bellevue Hospital, where he was pronounced dead a little over an hour later. This marks the first known Tibetan self-immolation in the United States and the first ever documented outside of Asia. Lobga was a beloved long-time resident of Queens, New York. Born and raised in Kharte, Eastern Tibet, he spent his youth as a Buddhist monk before fleeing to India as a stateless refugee, eventually immigrating to America. He dedicated his life to non-violent advocacy, serving as the president of Tibetan National Congress New York, New Jersey chapter. Just one day prior to his tragic death, Lobga was protesting outside the UN against China's newly implemented Promoting Ethnic Unity and Progress law, a policy human rights groups condemned as a forced assimilation campaign designed to eradicate Tibetan identity, language, and culture. The tragedy has drawn an immediate and solemn response from the highest level of the Tibetan government in exile. Sikkim Pimpas Ring issued a powerful statement honoring Lobga Rangzen as a tireless advocate who devoted his life to justice and Tibetan cause.
They see only what the Chinese government is doing to Tibetans and Tibet today, and driven to this level of desperation to burn themselves to death, hoping against hope that the Chinese government will pay some attention or the international community will come to their rescue. So I think Lobga's sacrifice demonstrates the frustration on the part of the Tibetan people on what the Chinese government is doing in annihilating or complete destruction or genocidal tendencies of the Chinese government. So we are very saddened, but at the same time, life, according to Buddhism and for the Tibetans, is very precious. Even one life is precious. We urge people not to take such extreme action, even though it might generate publicity for the time being. If the person lives longer, then he can serve the cause for a longer period, and that's what we need. We need more patriotic, dedicated people to keep living and keep advocating for Tibetans inside Tibet are free.
Meanwhile, a profound wave of mourning has swept through the global Tibetan community. Today, at approximately 4 p.m. India time, the Central Tibetan Administration held an official prayer service in Dharamshala to honor his passing. In New York, Tibetans continue to gather in front of UN headquarters, keeping vigil, carrying forward Lobga's message and protesting China's occupation of Tibet.
Their life throughout for Tibet's independence. How many more self-immolations? 167 and ongoing, yet there's no action by the United Nations. United Nations, will you support? We're asking for human rights, we're asking for justice, that's it. Lobga Rangzen, justice for Lobga Rangzen. This is the t-shirt that he was in when he self-immolated, when he sacrificed his life for freedom, for Tibet. We beg you, please, there's an ongoing.
In moving footage obtained by our newsroom, Lobga's close friend Tashi can be seen holding a piece of cloth Lobga wore during the self-immolation. Clutching the fabric, she demanded justice from the United Nations, pleading with the international body to finally look into the plight of the Tibetan people and ensure that Lobga's ultimate sacrifice was not in vain.